Good morning, good almost afternoon. No, it is still morning here. It is afternoon in Central Europe. This was great, wasn't it? We had a success. It's always good to stay up at night and see that there is success afterwards. Just to tell you a few things about what we have done since the separation. There was a need to acquisition the satellites to switch them on. The solar panels have been deployed on both of them, and the satellites have been put in sun pointing mode and in a stable condition. So we now have a first determination of the orbits and their deployment status, and everything seems in order. We will get a second assessment in about an hour, which will confirm that everything is going fine. The combined ESA-CNES team in Darmstadt is handling the satellites at the moment, and they will take them through their early operations and then take them to their respective orbital positions on plane A. So this launch marks a turning point in the Galileo program, to be honest, because we now move from mostly a deployment focus to an operations and service focus. And we now have, with these satellites, once they are tested, we have sufficient satellites in orbit in order to provide initial services. So the satellites will be put to their position, as I said. They will be tested. They will be handed over to the operator. A number of further ground segment deployments will be undertaken. And later in the year, after we have completed an initial services validation campaign, it is intended that the European Commission will declare the services. In parallel, ESA will continue to assist the GSA and the Commission with operations, with service provision. That is an important task which will now start. And in parallel, we will continue deploying further elements of the system, in particular the satellites. And as Stefan has said, the 17th of November, we will launch with a specially adapted Ariane 5 from here. So I would like to thank all the teams for fantastic work over the last months. This has been one of the shortest campaigns ever put together. It has resulted in a very successful launch, as we've seen. Stefan and his team from Arianespace, the Russian partners, our friends from CNES, the teams from OHB and SSTL, and their teams around them, the local authorities here in Guyana, as well as the teams from the public partnership, if you allow me, the European Commission, GSA, and ESA, and in ESA, the tech teams, the ops teams, and the NAV teams. So Galileo is a success story with many fathers, and hopefully some others. I just want to close off by mentioning two of us, two of them here today, two real fathers. One is Hans Fromm. Hans was the very first manager in ESA who undertook the initial studies for a satellite navigation system to be done in Europe. This system we now call Galileo. Next to him is Alex Stessiv. He was one of the senior partners of Hans and did a lot of the work in Brussels at the time. If it wasn't for Hans and Alex, we would not be here today. So on behalf of all of us, I'm glad you're here and want to thank you for your pioneering work, which started almost 20 years ago. So it remains me to wish success to our colleagues of ESA and CNES for the next weeks. And we're looking forward to the satellite to be ready in about 3 months for operations. Thank you.
Bonjour. Alors aujourd'hui, c'est la démonstration du succès de l'industrie européenne et je tiens particulièrement à remercier Arianespace, le CNES, l'Agence spatiale européenne, les industriels européens pour leur flexibilité parce qu'effectivement, en tant que client, il y a quelques mois, nous avons demandé s'il était possible d'accélérer le calendrier et effectivement, aujourd'hui, nous avons lancé 2 satellites en plus de la constellation Galileo alors que ces 2 satellites-là
of the Galileo constellation, whereas we had first planned to launch those 2 satellites in 2017 only. So we have speeded up things, and it's a great success. We can realize today that putting in common our ideas, energy, intelligence in all European countries, well, putting this together will give us the means of our ambition, and an ambitious project such as Galileo is a success when all European countries contribute to its success. I have the feeling that today's satellites are like bricks. We are building up a lighthouse which soon, at the end of this year, will start lightening the horizon, and it will help us, it will help guide all of us. We are all travelers after all, aren't we? Between now and the end of the year, we should have started the initial services of Galileo. This is very important because today, all over the world, you have 5 to 6 billion equipments using satellite navigation. In 2020, this number should be close to 10 billion. 10 billion appliances will use this navigation system. It's a 2-digit growth rate, and Europe has to take part of the adventure, and it's a great opportunity for European industries. I would also like to announce that last week the International Maritime Organization accepted Galileo as one of the components of the global radio navigation system. It's another success. It shows that our system is very interesting, and other international partners are very interested. For example, our colleagues and partners from the US, they've shown a great interest in our system, and quite soon we will start talking with them to transform this approach into a real cooperation. Today's success will enable us to really develop Galileo and EGNOS navigation systems that will become part and parcel of the European space strategy, and this strategy will be put on the table before now and the end of the year by the Commission. Today's success guarantees that we can now move forward. In the future, we will be able to get the funding that will enable us to go on with this great adventure, this great Galileo adventure. So once again, let me thank Arianespace, the industry, and of course the private sector, but I would also like to thank the public sector, European Parliament, Council, all those member states, all those who support this project, including our colleagues in Europe, our friends in Europe. Everybody is participating to the implementation and development of this great Galileo system. We have an appointment now. We'll meet again in November. We'll come back here, and I hope that the success will be even double, because with Ariane 5 we'll have 4 satellites into orbit in November, and this will enable us to actually start the initial service phase of Galileo. Thanks again for this great success.
Also, good morning from my side. I have to tell you first, even if I look back to 16 years in space, it's the first launch I can experience lively, and it's really moving. And if I knew not better that there is a huge effort behind all of that, this calm atmosphere of precision, quality, and concentration here could lead you to the assumption that this is all easygoing. I do know it's the opposite, and therefore I want to give back all the thanks I have received to Arianespace, to the European Commission, ESA, CNES. Thank you for your trust in us. I hope we could prove that we really deserve it. And it may well lie in the genes of our company, being a family company, that we look at our products such as parents look to children. And actually you have 2 times in a life cycle with the children, a phase where you are extremely proud. Right after birth, and then once the children manage to position themselves in the right, and in our case in the right orbit, and this was proven. It was proven for 14 of our children. The last one have been Alice and Daniele, and I think we can all be very proud of it. And as I do know that there are some colleagues at Bremen and Oberpfaffenhofen watching us here, I want to say Moin and Servus to Oberpfaffenhofen. You have done an excellent job. Ihr könnt wirklich stolz sein. Super gemacht. And I have to confess now, Pat, that we took a selfie this morning, 3 hours ago, with the digits up. It was perhaps a bit dangerous, but I think you can send it out now. And special thanks to our friends in Guildford at SSTL. Perfect partnership, and we are happy to continue that. Thank you.
Mesdames, Messieurs, je crois que les dieux de la météo étaient avec nous ce soir et nous avons pu ce matin.
This morning, I keep saying tonight, but it was a long night, so I still feel that.
Et nous avons eu un magnifique lancement, ce 7e lancement de Galileo.
It was a beautiful launch, this 7th Galileo launch by a Soyuz launcher. This successful launch shows that European cooperation, when it's based on a solid foundation, works. The Galileo program is strong, is solid, and the Galileo program in Guiana is doing fine. And this launch shows that the choices made by Europe are great, are good, and are taking us to success. On behalf of us all, I would like to thank ESA, the European Commission, Arianespace and Starsem, and obviously European industry and the CNES teams. And I wish long live to Daniele and Alice. We are in the Alizé region here, as you know, so I hope that we can see them become really alive very briefly, very quickly, very quickly. And this success, well, we owe this success to our cooperation with Russia. I would like to congratulate Roscosmos and Russian industry for this successful launch. I would like to thank them for their excellence, which is at the origin of this great success. Soyuz is a major launcher. This year we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of Franco-Russian cooperation, and this second successful launch of Soyuz here in Guyana is a great way of celebrating this event. We have been able to develop major partnerships between our countries in science, but also in access to space. Soyuz in Guyana is a great proof of the connection that exists between us. 50 years, I mean, this is a long-lasting cooperation in all sorts of different fields. In tonight's launch, VS15, well, this launch didn't exist even at the beginning of the year. It was decided 4 months ago, actually, to meet the needs of the European Commission that wanted to speed up the deployment of Galileo in order to provide the services of the system as quickly as possible. And I must say that the CSG teams, everybody here in the industries, Arianespace, CNES, they've really made this launch possible, this additional launch possible, while going on with their ongoing programs. And it's a great source of satisfaction, I'm sure, for Stéphane Israël and for the CNES as well. We really wanted to have this launch program, we wanted it to be at the same level as it was in 2015. So excellence, again, has been a key word for CSG. And the CSG teams do deserve our congratulations. CSG has proven that its organization, based on simple things, direct relationship between stakeholders, is a great, it's a working model. It should be a source of inspiration for us all, especially with Arianespace and Vega-C. The future in CSG is great, with a great program, the Arianespace program, program, which is being developed as well. We're waiting. The first phase is now over, and we have to decide the future contractor will build the infrastructure. But the infrastructure should be decided this year anyway, so we'll have a new launch pad and updating program, refurbishing programs also are being developed at the moment. And with these future perspectives, CSG is here at the service of Europe. We are here at the service of the region of Guiana. And CSG, we're very proud of having with us young people trained on technical jobs. 12 of them have been trained by CSG this year, and I hope that in the future programs will be able to have more of them. It proves that we are very committed to this Guiana region, to its development, and we'll make sure that other stakeholders take a full part in the activities of the base of the space port. We'll do all that we can to develop local partnerships. So there are great perspectives here in French Guiana. I would like to thank ESA and the European Commission for the trust in the CSG. They're at home here. They come back when they want. And I'd like to thank you as well for your patience, and we will meet again quite soon, I'm sure. Thank you.
Donc, quelques mots de conclusion en français.
A few words of conclusion in French, if you allow me.
De rendezvous.
Two appointments. We'll be back here on the 17th of November with 4 Galileo satellites with the Ariane 5 launcher. It will be a very important moment that we are preparing with our OHB, ESA, European Commission, ASM for the qualification of the launcher. We're preparing this moment for months. We've been preparing this moment for months, and we are quite confident that we will be on time. And after launching 6 new Galileo satellites, 1 Copernicus satellite, I hope that the European Commission will get on board this program of European satellites. It's a great challenge for our common future. But before that, we'll meet again on the 8th of June, in a few days. We will be back here with an Ariane 5 launcher, this time for 2 customers, EcoStar 18 for the Dish Network LLC satellite telecom operator, and Brisat. It's a new customer. It's an Indonesian bank that is going to launch a satellite. So we'll prepare this great launch once again with Ariane 5. And in the meantime, have a great day. Thank you.
So congratulations to everybody. Did you get the quiz question, the name of Jupiter's 4 largest moons, quickly?
Only 2. I can only remember 2, Io and Callisto.
Io and Callisto. You missed Europa and Ganymede.
Europa, of course.
But if you gave yourself, if you guessed correctly, give yourselves a round of applause. Congratulations to everybody for the launch. Any last words?
Yes, thank you, Josh. It was a pleasure to be here, and I would like to say goodbye just by sending my warmest regards to the teams, the LEOP teams in ESOC. From Kenes and ISA, and also mention to the GSMC team in Saint-Germain-en-Laye, which is connecting the GSMC to the GCC in Fucino for the first time today. So it was very nice.
Okay, so over the shots of the replay, we'll say goodbye. Any last words?
Yes, thank you, Josh. It was a pleasure to be here.
Okay.
Yes.
Next flight in June with Ariane 5 will be here, and hope you will be too. Till then, Joshua Jampa with Alfredo Quiles on behalf of everybody here in the Space Center. Thank you for being with us. We hope you enjoyed it. We did. We look forward to being with you next time. Goodbye, everybody.